It was a little over a month ago that Savannah and many areas in coastal Georgia and the South Carolina Lowcountry saw frigid conditions. The first few days of 2018 brought with it a rare snowfall for our area. Officially, the Savannah airport picked up 1.2 inches of snow, and up the coast in Charleston, they recorded a little bit over 5 inches. January certainly was chilly, with the overall monthly temperature at 46.7 degrees, which is 2.8 degrees below average. The coldest day was January 3rd with a low of 19 degrees, while January's warmest day was 77 degrees. Now fast forward to the last full week of February and temperatures have been rather warm. I'm already sweating, gnats and mosquitoes are already biting, flowers like the one behind me are already blooming, and if you're an allergy sufferer out there, the pollen has been quite high, covering almost every surface that you can think of. So can we use the cold temperatures in January and the warmer temperatures this month to prove a point about whether climate change is actually happening? So far in February, we are on track to see the warmest February on record for the area. The average high around this time of the year is 66, but we've been well above that for most of the month. High temperatures for February have averaged around 72.7 degrees with the warmest temperature of 82 recorded. The overall monthly temperature sits at around 61 degrees, which is over 9 degrees above normal, but attributing this 1 month of extreme warmth to global warming or climate change is unwise. When people have conversations about climate change, many focus on small, short-term observations to justify a specific viewpoint. When it was ridiculously cold in January, many people, including our president, tweeted that climate change and global warming couldn't possibly be real because it was just so darn cold. When it's warm, people who are pro-climate change might try to argue that this spell of hot weather is indeed proof that global warming is happening. But when it comes down to talking with people about this delicate subject, you should try broadening your scope and looking at the bigger picture. Climate scientists have long attributed rising global temperatures to rising carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere. This graphic from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration shows our current atmospheric concentration of CO2, which is near 400 parts per million. Using scientific methods like analyzing ice cores deep in the ground and also looking at tree rings, climate scientists are able to piece together the carbon dioxide levels from hundreds of thousands of years ago. You can see the large patterns of rises and falls in the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. But what makes our present day situation so unique is just how rapidly the levels are escalating, even just within the past few decades. Today, we can use sophisticated technology and equipment to measure temperatures throughout the world. And in our observations of the 12 warmest years since records were kept in 1880, all of the warmest years have occurred within the last 20 years, with many within the decade. 2017, by the way, was the third warmest year on record for our Earth, only behind 2016 and 2015. To understand climate change, you have to look at the bigger picture and try not to focus on one specific event or one specific year. This video isn't meant to necessarily convince you that climate change is happening, it's more to explain to you the larger focus of how scientists look at climate change and its impacts for us all. For more information on climate change, please visit climate.nasa.gov.